Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into a story that's about 2,500 years old, told by the Buddha himself about a simple cowherd. Now, this might sound like just an old tale, but trust me, it's really a powerful roadmap for navigating the tricky, sometimes dangerous parts of our own lives. And it all boils down to the single most important choice you can make to find your way to safety.
So, picture this. You're on the banks of the mighty Ganges River with the Buddha and his followers. He doesn't start with some heavy, complicated lecture. No, instead, he just tells a story. And it's a story designed to really get to the bottom of one huge question. Who do you trust to guide you?
So this story presents us with a choice. Really, it's a fork in the road. We get to meet two totally different guides who are facing the exact same challenge and, well, their outcomes could not be more different.
Okay, so first up, we have let's call him the foolish cowherd. The river is raging, it's dangerous, but he doesn't even think twice. He just shoves his entire herd right into the current. No plan, no looking around, and the result? It's a total disaster. The entire herd just gets swept away. But then there's the wise cowherd, and he does the complete opposite. He takes his time, he carefully checks out both sides of the river, finds a nice, safe, shallow place to cross, and then he guides his herd across in strategic little groups. And the outcome for him? Every single animal makes it to the other side, safe and sound. And this is where the Buddha really brings it home. He says, look, following a bad teacher, someone who doesn't know what they're doing, that's exactly like following the foolish cowherd. It's a one-way ticket to getting hurt, to suffering. And all of a sudden you realize, oh, this story isn't about cattle at all. This is about us and who we trust with our own lives. Right. So we've got the story down. But you've probably figured out this isn't really a farming lesson. It's a code. And once you have the key to decipher it, the whole story just completely transforms into this incredible map for our own journey.
So what is he really talking about? This is where it gets really interesting, because the river, the shores, the cattle, none of it is literal. Every single piece is a symbol for something much bigger, for the spiritual journey itself. Okay, here's the decoder ring for the whole parable. The near shore, where we start, that's this world, our everyday life with all its ups and downs. The far shore, that's the goal. That's the sanctuary, freedom, what you might call enlightenment. The cattle, well, that's us. We're the ones trying to make the crossing. And that dangerous swirling river in the middle, in Buddhist teaching, that has a name. It's called Mara's stream. So what in the world is Mara's stream? Think of it like the powerful current of everything that keeps us stuck and spinning in circles. You know, our desires, our worries, our mistaken ideas, and ultimately, that big one, the fear of death. It's the chaos of life that can just pull you under if you try to jump in without a plan. It's the big obstacle between where you are now and where you find real freedom. So, we have the map. We know what the symbols mean. But just having a map doesn't get you across the river, right? So the next part of the parable is all about the how, the step-by-step method the wise cowherd actually uses. And this is key. He doesn't just yell, "Everybody in," and hope for the best. The wise cowherd strategy is incredibly thoughtful. The very order that the cattle cross the river is a direct metaphor for the different stages of growth on the spiritual path. It's a journey with a clear, intelligent structure. And here's how that strategy unfolds. First, he sends the strongest of the herd, the bulls. They represent the arahants, the fully perfected ones who bravely lead the way. They're followed by the other strong, steady cattle. These are the non-returners, people so far along the path they'll never be reborn into suffering again. Then you've got the younger bullocks and heifers, who represent the once-returners. They've only got one more lifetime to go. After them come the weaker calves. They stand for the stream enterers, those who've just set foot on the path but are now guaranteed to make it. But what about the smallest, the most vulnerable one of all? Honestly, this might be my favorite part of the whole story, because it's just so full of hope. Even the tiny newborn calf makes it across. And how? It hears its mother calling from the other side, and that gives it the courage to cross. This little calf represents someone who's totally new to all of this, who's just moving forward on pure faith.
And the message here is just beautiful. With the right guide, nobody gets left behind.
Okay, so this parable has given us a map, a method, and a pretty profound message of hope, which leaves us with one last big question. Who exactly is this ultimate wise cowherd? Well, the Buddha makes the answer perfectly clear.
He brings the whole thing home by basically saying, that guide, that's me. He says he is skilled in this world and the next, and that if you trust him, it will lead to your own lasting happiness. He's the one who has actually seen both shores, he knows the safe crossing, and he's the one who can lead everyone through that dangerous stream. And the whole parable wraps up with this powerful, almost poetic promise. It says that this path to freedom isn't just some vague idea. The door has been opened. The current of Mara has been broken. The path to that sanctuary is now clear and available for anyone who wants to walk it.
When you boil it all down, the message here is just as true now as it was thousands of years ago. Life really is a river. And yeah, its currents can be really dangerous. Trying to cross it blindly is just a recipe for getting into trouble. The big takeaway is how crucial it is to find a wise, skilled, and compassionate guide, whether that's a person or a philosophy, that knows the way to help us reach that far shore of peace.
So I guess that leaves all of us with a question to think about. Whether it's a teacher, a philosophy, a community, maybe just your own inner compass. In the swirling currents of your own life, who or what is your wise cowherd? Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.